go.
Okay guys, so today I want to go over 5 ways that you can make $1,000 this week. And we're just going to jump right in, but first and foremost, I wanted to bring this to you today and kind of come up with these ideas and relay them to you because I get a lot of questions across the board, both in my courses, through email and a lot of different avenues that basically are people saying, I want to invest money into these products, because I want to Amazon private label or for whatever the reason is, but I just don't have the money to invest in initial inventory. What should I do? Or, I want to, start this business model, but I just don't have any startup funds to get it going and really give it that push, to get started. I don't have any money, for ads to run to my store or something like that. And so I wanted to bring this to you to give you a solution where you can basically make a little bit of startup money, pocket it, and then use it to implement a long-term business model. So none of these are necessarily, full. Well, some of them are. Most of them aren't full, fully sustainable business models. They are going to want to implement a long-term, but they will allow you to make about $1,000 this week if you implement them and you actually take action on them. So I wanted to bring that to you today, and we're just going to jump right in with the first one, and that is IP hopping. So what is IP hopping, you might be asking, and why is there a CPA marketing, basically picture next to it? Well, first and foremost, this was something that I came up with, a couple months back when I was searching for a different innovative strategy exactly to answer this question, because I got a lot of people in my courses asking those same questions. I want to jump into private labeling. I want to start retail arbitrage, but I don't even have $100 to invest in, RA products. I want to do drop shipping, but I don't have any ad money to run to my store. Stuff like that. And so I wanted to come up with an idea on how you could basically earn money, and then pocket it like we talked about. And that was IP hopping. So I started doing a lot of CPA, marketing back, 6 months ago or something like that, roughly. And I started to think to myself, as I always do, I'm trying to think outside of the box. What's stopping me from clicking my own offers? What's stopping me from filling out my own offers? And so I tested that theory with different IP addresses all around me, and obviously proxies here and there. And that's something I go in depth in my CPA marketing, not CPA marketing, sorry, CPA Ninja course, which is immediate results. And that will be linked in the description as well. It's, all these courses and business models I'm going to talk to you about where you can earn $1,000 this week will be linked in the description for $10 discount links if you're interested in any of them. But moving on, essentially what IP hopping is, and I'll give you a brief rundown of what it is. And I, like I said, have an entire course that goes into depth with this and how to do it safely. First and foremost, before we get into actually, going over a couple of ways that you can do this and implement this, basically what it is in a nutshell is filling out your own CPA offers, but doing it safely with different IP addresses so that you look and basically, appear as a different person on a different IP and so on and so forth. And so full disclaimer on this, and there's actually a full disclaimer on my course, I do not do this. I simply merely tested it out to see if it worked and was a viable business method and model that you could implement, and I'm relaying that information to you, and I'm going to tell you how you can do it. But like I said, this is not advice. I don't do this. If you want to do this, you can make money doing it, but it's not necessarily the most ethical way to go about doing it. So first and foremost, a couple of ways that you can do this. You can, I live in the US. Depending on where you live, there are, libraries. There are companies that you can go and use their computers for. There are businesses that you can go and use their computers for. All you need are different IP addresses. So take that knowledge, implement it into wherever you are in the world. And, the majority of people probably are in, if you're in a rural area, it might be a little bit more difficult and you might need to use proxies, something I talk about in my course. Although if you're not and you live relatively close to a city, I'm not in a city, but I'm close to the outskirts of Philadelphia in the suburbs. And so there's a lot of, stuff around me, a lot of places that I can find computers to use that I can implement this method. So we're going to jump right into it in the first place, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So first and foremost, I know that there are a bunch of libraries. So I can literally type in libraries near me, and without even typing it in, I can just tell you about it. So one of the libraries that I'm a member of has 12 different actual libraries. It's a library system in the county. And I can I can literally become a member of that for free. There's 12 libraries, I believe, maybe 13 in the county all around me within like 15-minute drive of me. And so what I can do is I can go to those libraries for free, use a computer, fill out 2 to 3 offers, make some money, drive to another library, fill out 2 to 3 offers, make some money, so on and so forth, and spend an entire day just doing that. And that's exactly how I tested out to see if this worked. And then basically I can earn about $100 to $200 a day, roughly. Now you can earn a little bit more, Or you can go, like I said, I live close to Philadelphia. I paid $5 for a Philadelphia library license. And I think Philadelphia Library Systems, and any major city probably does, has like 60 some libraries in its system. You can go take a day, drive to every library, fill out about 3 to 4 offers per library, per IP address, per identity. That will make you about $10 maybe, roughly, depending on the offers. And something I talk about in my course, how to set this up for yourself. So it's really easy. And then that's about 60 times 10 per day. Maybe you stretch it out over like 2-3 days, but you can make a lot of money doing this. Another way that you can do it without libraries, to give you an example, UPS stores near you. You could search them, UPS store near you. You could search FedEx stores near you if you live, where there's FedEx stores. These are just examples to give you on how you can make money by doing this. I could also search Staples stores, Office Max stores, what other ones did I miss? Anywhere that's going to let me use their computer, I can go ahead and I can go there and use their computer and basically just fill out a couple of, offers that I put on a website already, and then make money by doing that. And I walk in, I literally fill out offers. It takes me 2 minutes. I'm out the door. I'm on to the next one. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. You can make, $1,000 here and there, in a week or two for sure. But like I said, not the most ethical business model. If you do this, it's not a long-term sustainable business model, but you can definitely implement it, make money right here, right now, this week, and then pocket that and invest it in a long-term business like we talk about. So number 2, after CPA marketing, IP hopping essentially, is social media marketing. Now, this is the RA, so I'm going to talk to you just specifically here about social media marketing. Now, social media marketing is something that I did when I was first getting started, into the online game, into e-commerce and marketing in general. And I know just how easy and how hard it is both to sign a client. It's easy, very, very easy, but it's also difficult, and there's a barrier to entry because you have to become okay with getting rejected. So if I were to tell you that you can go out and sign $1,000 social media marketing client, and I have an entire course on basically doing that and implementing it as well, linked in the description. If I were to tell you that you have to go out and approach 100 businesses this week, 100 businesses, and 99 of them were going to tell you no and shoot you down, but all you need is one to sign $1,000 client, would you approach those 100 businesses? If you really needed the $1,000 that much, you would do it, and you would sign a client. The problem with most people is that they say that they want that. They say that they want to do this, and they say that they want to implement this business model. And it's really easy to say those things, and I genuinely believe that a lot of these people want those things. But there's a fine line between wanting and, having the vision and basically, wanting to execute on it and then actually doing. The action is there. And so if I were to tell you that you had to approach 100 businesses around you, face to face. Now, there are a bunch of ways in my course that I talk about where you can, do audits and a bunch of other things on how you can sign clients without actually going face to face. But face to face is still, the most viable method to get in front of companies and sign one. If I were to tell you, you might sign more than one. You might sign 3, 4, and then that's $3,000, $4,000 a month that you're making. But if I were to tell you that you had to approach just 100 businesses over the next week, that's, roughly, like 12, 13 a day? I don't even know. But, 99% of them were going to, basically turn you down. But one would sign you, and that's $1,000 this month that they would pay you. You literally just got paid that $1,000 this week because you approached them. That's how you can make $1,000 this week. And so the majority of people, most people won't approach 100 businesses, let alone 10. Most people want to approach 5 businesses, 10 businesses. They'll approach 1 or 2, think that they took action, get denied, and be like, oh, this is, this isn't going to work. People are just going to say this, and they talk themselves out of it instead of continually just, plugging ahead until they get success. So that's number 2, social media marketing, going out and signing a client. One client, that's all you need. Just one person to say yes. Number 3, and moving on, is retail arbitrage online. Retail arbitrage is a great way to make money online. Now, I do retail arbitrage and Amazon Pay. You can do this on Amazon. You can do this on eBay, any e-commerce site, and I'm going to go through a couple with you right here, right now. Like I said, the majority of them do them on eBay or Amazon. You could also do them on a couple of the other sites I'm going to go through with the next, business model you can make $1,000 with. But those are the 2 main ones. And basically where I am right now is on a coupon site called Snagshout. You can buy coupon, even AliExpress. You can buy products really, really cheap online, and I have another entire course walking you through this. And then basically what you do is you resell them on an e-commerce site to make a markup. Now, I earn roughly about $2,000 to $3,000 every 2 weeks doing this, and I don't really scale it up that much. I've done many videos on this on my channel. You can check them out if you'd like. I've also done a walkthrough of how I actually send the units in on my other channel if you want to check that out as well. It's the video on my homepage actually, so if you go over to Bryan Gary, you should see that too. And like I said, this is literally easy. I do a bunch of things. I create content. I do, a bunch of other things. I manage dropshipping stores. I do private labeling. The list goes on and on. But the bottom line is I can do this practically in my sleep and still make, $2,000 on, easily every other week. It's very, very easy. So if you hop on retail arbitrage, you do it right, and you source products like I show you in my course, you can easily, I have many students still doing it right now and hopping in and getting into it. You can make $1,000 this week. I promise you that. Little caveat with the retail arbitrage and with the first method of CPA Ninja, you can make $1,000 this week. You might not get paid it this week. And so if you need it, this week specifically, you might not be able to get that cash. Now, if you do, there are 2 ways around that. So Amazon typically pays you every other week, but you can get payability, which they'll pay you right away, but they'll take a slight percentage. So that's a little caveat too. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section. I'd love to answer them for you. And on top of that, if you join a CPA network, they sometimes pay you the next month, or depending on when you basically make that money within that window, they'll pay you, potentially that month as well. But it depends on the network, it depends on their policy, and it depends on when you hit that threshold to actually earn. So I know for Max Bounty, that's one of the ones that I suggest. If you make it before the 15th of the month, they'll pay you that month. And then if you make it after the 15th of the month, they'll pay you the next month. And their barrier to entry is $100. So the first time you make your $100, then you hit that barrier and they'll start paying you every, I believe twice. Is it every week or is it it might be every 15 days. I forget because I don't really do, too much CPA marketing anymore, but I believe it was every other week. Something like that. Don't hold me to that. But so, little caveat there, you can make the $1,000 with those methods, but then you might not see that $1,000, till next week. It depends on the business model, it depends on the network, and a lot of different things. So moving on, number 4 is basically leveraging e-commerce. Now, a lot like RA, like I just showed you, you can leverage e-commerce and you can get innovative and you can basically, use the free stuff around your house to make money. If you live in the United States especially, but not just the United States, any country specifically, the majority of people have way too much stuff around them. They buy things that they don't need. They buy things that, that they want at that point in time, and then they realize that they don't need them. Look around your house, get innovative, get resourceful, look for stuff that you don't necessarily need that you can sell. List it on sites like eBay for specifically, and I have an entire course on basically doing this. List it on sites like Poshmark if you have a bunch of extra clothes in your closet that you don't wear that much. And I used to be a big, really, really guilty of this, buying clothes that I don't need. And then eventually I found Poshmark and I sold the majority of them, realized that I'm much, much more happy with just, a few pairs of clothes that I don't really need all these, extra clothes. Now, if you're a girl, you might, specifically my girlfriend loves clothes. But you can sell a lot of these things, whether it's clothes, whether it's extra, an extra chair here or there or whatever. You can sell things that you don't need around the house and you can make $1,000 this week. I promise you that. There's a lot more than you think that's around your house that you don't need. Clean out your garage, whatever it is, you can sell it online if you leverage e-commerce by just basically looking around your house for the things that you don't use or need anymore. And so sites like eBay, I said, Poshmark, obviously Amazon, there's apps and sites like Letgo and OfferUp, obviously Craigslist, and so on and so forth. But that's basically, leveraging e-commerce. Now, another little caveat there, when you're leveraging e-commerce, if you don't have anything free to that is around your house that you can basically go ahead and get, what you can do is you can go to a site like Craigslist or even OfferUp and Letgo have these as well. I don't think that Amazon or eBay does. I know Poshmark doesn't. But so Letgo and OfferUp basically have free, ads where you can look through them and see what's free, and people are giving away for free around you just to get rid of it. So if I wanted to go to Craigslist, I'm on Philadelphia Craigslist right now because I'm local to Philadelphia. I can search for the free stuff that people are literally giving away. And if I didn't have any money whatsoever, this isn't the most lucrative way to go. This isn't the most, if you have an ego, you definitely can't do this. But this is something that I tried to do when I was definitely getting into e-commerce, because I wanted to generate that first, initial investment fund where I could invest into a long-term business. And you don't have to do this for the rest of your life, but this can definitely make you some money right away. And you can definitely make $1,000 this week if you're willing to put the legwork in. So go to the free ads on Craigslist and the Craigslist near you. Let's just look through a couple really fast here, and then you can leverage e-commerce as well. So this right here is a printer/scanner. If it works, you could probably sell it. Someone's just trying to get rid of it. And a lot of these things are going to be like big items that have a lot of value, that if you have like a big truck or something like that, or if you have a friend with a truck, you can go and grab them and then sell them yourself and relist them on, Whoa, just trilled that. Excuse me, getting excited. Sites like eBay, sites like Poshmark, depending on what they are. You can literally list it back on Craigslist and sell it. You can list it on sites like OfferUp and LetGo, which have apps as well. You can list it on Amazon. And so you can leverage the traffic that those e-commerce platforms already get by literally taking free items and selling them, because people are too lazy to list them and sell them themselves. And you can go and pick these things up. Look, another printer. If this TV works, it says working TV. You could probably sell this for $20 and make $20 off LetGo or something like that. I actually sold a TV, I believe it was LetGo or OfferUp, 8 months ago, something like that. Keurig machine, so on and so forth. So here's a brand new couch that says it's a sale. So you got to kind of read some of these. But there's a lot. Look, mini refrigerator for free. And so there's a bunch of things that you can basically do to make $1,000 online. Leveraging e-commerce is one of the best ways. Look around your house. There's a million things that you don't need. Hop on free ads on Craigslist, whatever, and figure out how to make $1,000 this week. You're a lot more resourceful than you think. There's a lot of other options and methods out there, not just these e-commerce platforms, but use your mind, think outside the box, and you can make $1,000 this week, I promise you. So finally, number 5 is to start a side business, a side hustle. And this is going to go out to the majority of people that are out there working a 9 to 5, or, don't have the time initially, or even my entrepreneurs that haven't incorporated or anything like that. Now, how can starting a side business make you $1,000 this week? Well, the $1,000 is an arbitrary number. It can make you $1,000. It can make you, $10,000, depending on your situation. But this is something I talk about a lot. And, when you're spending money, one of the other things I talk about is spending time. And so another way to earn money is also saving money in a lot of ways. And so how can starting a side business help you save some money or earn money? Well, if you start a side business, you can write a lot of things off. Grant Cardone talks about this a lot, and he jokes around about it, but it's like if you start a side business, well, all of a sudden your car becomes a vehicle, and I don't mean like a car vehicle, I mean like an avenue, a vehicle where you can approach, people in the world about your business. Get business cards, hand them out when you're going to the grocery store, whatever. Now that's a very it's a wishy-washy example, and you might want to talk to an accountant or a tax, professional. But learn taxes, learn how to do taxes for your business. I write a portion of this apartment off every single month. I write a portion of my car lease off every single month. I write a portion of a lot of things off every single month because I have a business. And you can start a side business, and that business doesn't even need to be profitable for the first 2 years. But if it's saving you money on your taxes and you have to pay less taxes, then you just earned $1,000 this week by incorporating or starting a side business. So find a passion, start a side business, and you can make money by saving more money. And if excuse me, geez, keep swallowing weird. But basically you can take this and go with it 2 avenues. So I have a best friend that's a CPA, and he helps me out with a lot of these questions. And basically, obviously I have an accountant that helps me out as well, and basically takes care of all my taxes and gives me advice on this. But if you don't have an accountant, you're not prepared to make that step yet or something like that, and you do your own taxes, you could hop over to a site like Lynda and just take a couple courses on tax law or, taxes for small business. Here's a great one right here. And so learning taxes and incorporating or, starting a side business will help you save money, which will then in turn help you make money. And you can make $1,000 this week by just writing something off that you didn't even know you could write off on your taxes. So I hope you guys like these 5 methods, these 5 strategies that you can learn, that you can use to make $1,000 this week. So let's just recap really fast. Number 1 is IP hopping with CPA marketing. Number 2 is, and full disclosure, like I said, not fully ethical, but you can certainly make $1,000 this week. I promise you that. Number 2 is social media marketing. Just sign one client, just one. That's all it takes, just one. Number 3 is RA, or doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, whatever. Number 4 is to leverage e-commerce. Search for the stuff that you can sell around you. There's a lot more than you think that there is. And finally, number 5 is learn taxes and start a side business. So I hope you guys like this information. I really, really kind of wanted to put an in-depth study for you, because I know a lot of people are out there trying to start and look for money to basically get started in an industry or a business model. And these are 5 ways that you can use to implement them and basically make that $1,000 this week so you can get started. Now, I hope you like this. As always, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow, and I genuinely appreciate it. And let me know in the comments section down below if you're implementing any of these. Maybe you're in one of my courses that teaches these. And if not, what do you want to see, in the next video? Because I plan on doing a couple more of these videos on how you can earn money. Not $1,000 a week here and there, but how you can basically earn money online. Top 5 ways that I believe in 2 days I'm doing top 5 ways to make money online in 2018. So let me know in the comments section down below what you want to see. And with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow.